Hello viewers, do you remember playing this retro style game that started off a character named Fox McCloud, leader of the Starfox team? And do you miss playing this game with its majestic details along with its enjoyable and relaxing soundtrack that keeps you busy wandering around all day and all night? Now most of us know what the story to this game is about, and I am not here to not spoil you, but I am here to give you an insight of what will Starfox Adventure will look like in HD. I know all of you have seen and heard about Zelda Twilight Princess in HD, and Skyward Sword is also now in HD on the Nintendo Switch. Why can't Nintendo bring back most of the GameCube games ported to the Nintendo Switch? I had no idea, and neither did you, right? Am I right? I mean, we did play GameCube games on the Wii console. In my opinion, the Nintendo Switch is a cool console but lacks most of the fun comparing to the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Wii U, which both consoles are more fun than the Nintendo Switch. Now keep watching, subscribe, and notify yourself with the bell icon for this Let's Play video. I'll be honest with you, I really enjoyed this game and its story experience, and battling weird creatures in different planets, but playing this game again in high definition will be more beautiful and majestic the way the game looks on the GameCube console. Don't you want to play back Star Fox Adventure with great quality and seem tricky again? If you love playing Star Fox or never played Star Fox before, you should give it a try. Well, this Star Fox game beats them all because previous Star Fox games are kind of like Star Wars. I never watched Star Wars before, and I don't like it either. Same goes to Star Trek. Additionally, if Nintendo can ever bring back Star Fox Adventure, I wonder the story can at least play two people. Someone can play as Fox and someone can play as Tricky. But I feel that will never happen. In your opinion, what do you think Star Fox Adventure will look like in HD? I wonder if the game will have new features that helps players on an adventure, like a study guide. Because asking people around with hints gets frustrating. Even you can't be able to solve puzzles on there, or asking door tells like on the game in the story mode can be very frustrating. When I first played Star Fox Adventure, which is my first Star Fox game, the game graphics looks kind of like Donkey Kong Country because they both produced from retroware, and the whole experience feels like a dream. You live in a dream while playing this game. It's kind of like a dream. That's in my opinion. Another thing I have in mind is, well, the Nintendo Switch. Will the Nintendo Switch be able to have a gaming library that includes all the GameCube games that you can be able to play in the earliest years? Not to mention, the Nintendo DS games were quite fun, but the picture quality should be at least more improving. I never owned a Nintendo DS in my whole life. At least I have one friend who loves sharing his Nintendo DS with me, but we haven't seen each other since elementary. I wonder what and where he's doing now, but who knows? He really loves playing football and playing NFL games. So all I want to see is a new Star Fox Adventure in HD. Don't you agree to play this game again? If this game comes to the Switch with a new look and new feature, I would definitely buy it into the market. I also noticed this game have a Zelda battle sequence. You know those black bars when you target an enemy? When I started playing this game, I never played Zelda in my whole life, actually. But my first Zelda game is Twilight Princess, the one in 2006 on the Nintendo Wii, and I started playing that game since 2015, not too long ago. The only games I only play my whole entire life is Mario and Sonic. That's it. I always wanted to play different games like Overwatch, but I would have to know more before playing because that's how I am and that's how I feel when playing games to make me feel comfortable. Furthermore, I wonder if Fox and Tricky voice actors are still around to this day. And I don't know him or her by name, but whether they are still around or not. I do kind of like Fox's new voice, but it won't be the same how it used to be on the GameCube version. As for Tricky, I prefer a female voice actor because his old voice is quite annoying and it's bothered and it's frustrating, so maybe a female voice can do the job. One thing I was confused about playing this game is the wishing well. I mean, they're all scattered across almost every place I visit. What did they do? What can you do? All you do is throw a token in there and then what? Nothing happened. Magic? Nothing happened. What could it possibly be? Anything? Anyway, I do love visiting new places while I was playing this game. And you may ask me what's my favorite place in the game? Well, I love Dorotale Hollow because it's prehistoric and lots of sunlight that shows happiness. But the only place that creeps me out is the Moon Mountain Pass. The area is full of strange creatures and a strange ambient sound, And I know most of you played through that level by yourself, and dark and scary if you're brave enough to do it. Furthermore, have you ever gotten stuck playing this game? For me, was the Prison Break, the one with the shark claw locked up Fox and took his snout while he was trying to break free in prison.
You take over. Keep eye on prisoner. Me go for break.
So the prison break was really hard for me because I was stuck without my staff. There's nothing I could do. So all I had to do is go through different mazes to figure out a puzzle or maybe a pattern within this game. It's really, really frustrating, and I was really confused and upset. So I finally figured it out and got through this place. I used to collect a lot of treasure from this game that includes those bugs you can find under a rock, full essential secret paths or shortcuts to be familiar. Those are what I found so far from playing this game. I actually found it kind of fun to do because I like finding secrets during my adventure, and I know most of you will also like collecting treasure too. Or some of you may not feel like doing it. It doesn't matter how you play, it's how comfortable you can be able to play video games. There are a few items in this game that Nintendo had players use, and that's Tricky Ball. Tricky Ball is basically Tricky's toy. You can be able to play with him and the more you play with him, his skin color will change, and it's pretty strange to figure it out. You can get this item from the shopkeeper located in Dorntail Hollow, close to the waterfall. Also, at some point in the game, there's a few mini games you can be able to enjoy yourself, like the shopkeeper's bug fighting, race against time, and some other small games I actually couldn't figure out. You can also hit Dorntail with your staff and Tricky as well. But if you keep continuing hitting Tricky, he will use his flame to hurt you. Oh, I almost forgot. I don't think you can be able to hit the shopkeeper either, but you can get him or her angry by being a cheapskate. Furthermore, I want to talk about how GameCube controls were while playing a Starfox Adventure. To me, it's pretty flexible to handle during situations within the game, like battle monsters, powerful enemies. If I remember, my R button wasn't working, and that would be the shield. All I did was using skills and comebacks while playing the game. The analog stick is very amazing and pretty good to handle, and it's been around since the Nintendo 64 came out. Keep in mind, I never played the Nintendo 64 before because I never heard of it. I was too busy playing most GameCube games on my system, and I don't watch TV much often either. I actually don't watch TV anymore anyway because I'll always be too busy in life doing what I love to do. So whatever. So on, I want to talk about the Warpstone that Hughes Titan, who is the guardian of Dorntail Hollow. But I'm not gonna lie though. If I remember correctly, he's more like Shrek because his voice is seems kind of familiar. He's grumpy and he don't care about anything, just too lazy and etc. Anyway, now I want to get some more details about Krystal and how she would appear in Starfox Adventure in HD. I am not a furry, or I don't like human animal girls, but if most of you like furry females, that's just the way you like it because your sexuality tells you how the way you feel about females and stuff like that. So yeah, Krystal is a pretty cool character when it comes to being a player, from playing with her for a very short time, and one day she might be playable on the Starfox Adventure HD if Nintendo could be able to make this game for the Switch at least once for a while, because I know I want to play this game again. I know you want to play this game again. If you play Star Fox or you don't like Star Fox, that's just fine. I feel like I want to play this game once again. I couldn't even imagine how these bosses in this game would be like in HD. Probably disgusting, probably creepy to go against, but that's how the game was created. Almost feels like Zelda somehow, but who knows? I can't figure out either other way. Also, have you noticed there's some secrets in this game that nobody didn't see or figure out yet? Like the one where Fox can freely look at Krystal, for example. You can zoom in or out with Fox binoculars. You can also see her chest up close as well. But if you angle the camera by starting with her thighs first, you can see what's under I'm just going to pretend I didn't see the full blue. Another secret is, do you remember that Kozora spirit that want Fox to test his courage during that trial in Lightfoot Village? When I first started that trial, I wasn't afraid of anything, but I was a bit confused of what's going on in the game anyway. And my game controller keep rumbling and making my both of my hands feel so numb all of a sudden. And when you got to the last scene during that courage trial with General Scale holding Fox, you could hear Bowser's voice, the one from Super Mario, from General Scales, making those weird sounds and stuff. And that was very shocking, really shocking. And another secret I know most of you, if you play the game already, is the Warstone Maze, and that's located underneath him. And if you find the wishing well by during all the tokens you found during your adventure, you get a secret message from Fox McCloud's father, and his name is James McCloud. I know most of you know that already, but I'm just getting this information out to you for you to understand. You know what's so good about this game? This game is open world because I can move where I want to move. I can collect as much treasure as I want to. I can fight as many enemies as I want to. I can travel to different planets. I don't know if I can select music. I wish they can. What else? Pretty much just travel all over the planets, fighting enemies. Because I collect, you got to collect all those spell stones, if I remember what those were, and collect the Kozora spirits. And what's that? Those little lightning balls that powers the air wing for Fox Space craft. So yeah, Star Fox Adventure HD will be an awesome gameplay because I know I can see the high quality audio enhancement, something new to explore, something to see. All those details within the GameCube version, I can see those again, and maybe I want to see how Trinket looks like, how Krystal look like, and Fox McCloud himself. I want to see how the Warstone looks like in all those places. But I believe those places are going to be very beautiful because this game is very majestic and it's very detailing. But I don't know about the voice actors. If they again, if Fox or Tricky voice actors are still around, maybe them or new voice actors, I suppose. So Star Fox Adventure is a pretty interesting game to play by yourself. If only this game it was two players, you could be able to play as Fox, you could be able to play as Tricky, either or. Because I know Tricky can be frustrating to find, when constantly doing adventures with this guy and so on. Okay, that's about it for this video. I hope you learned what you need to know about Star Fox in HD, and I hope my information gets you to understand how important this game makes me feel, how the way it make you feel if you ever play Star Fox during your childhood or are you recently playing Star Fox Adventure right now. But hopefully Nintendo can release this game on the Switch or their next generation game system in the future. I just really hope they can. But anyway, thank you for watching this Let's Play video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you haven't seen my other videos, please do so. And I hope to see you again.